Hello everybody, my name is Freddy Stuffy, but you call me Stuffy, and this is a very different type of video today because I keep my promise. And I'm going to be showing you how to build these different sorts of animatronics, starting with the main star of the show, Freddy Fazbear. Look at him. Look at this muscular. Okay, no, I'm gonna go off topic. It's gonna be a weird video. YouTube, please don't demonetize me. Anyway, yeah. So in a way, welcome to the backstage, I guess you could say. I don't know. Just things that you wouldn't see whenever I'm animating. You usually just kind of like see this, and yes, I have the background from the background because I forgot about it, but that doesn't really matter now. What matters now is the animatronic. So we're building Freddy today. And then next video we're gonna. Sorry. I'm a little tired. I'm recording this like 8 or something. Um, so we'll start with Freddy, then Bonnie, Chica, and Foxy. Foxy's actually the first animatronic, so he's gonna be very interesting. So yeah, I suggest you guys pause the video if you actually do plan on it, or if not, then enjoy the show. So, uh, whatever. Then let's just hold on. Let's just get all this done. And yes, I basically have my phone naked, so that way it actually works. Okay, doesn't. Okay, all right. Damn it. All right, whatever. It doesn't work. Doesn't matter. It's still gonna be somewhat like this. Mm, yeah, it's good. All right. So, first of all, clear your stage. Yeah, if you have the exact thing that if you have the exact same thing that I have, well then clear your stage because oh boy, this guy Freddy's a big boy. He's gonna need room. I'm telling you, Freddy is a big boy. He is going to need a lot of room. Also, don't mind the knees, as some of the animatronics do have like these sort of knees, ankles. They have these sort of ankles. Freddy does not. He is still basically part of the old models. So if you have, okay, yeah, never mind. Yeah, let's just go with it. But first of all, I can't bear to look at this. This is just so old now. I'm just gonna, okay, well, yeah, Freddy's just dead. Okay, technical difficulties. Wait for just a second. Um, yeah, there. He can. I don't know. Just look at this. Look at this office with exotic butters, and you can have a call. I don't know. Yeah, just just hang out for a while. Have some pizza if you want. I don't know. Be in there in a second. What did he do? What is this? Oh, let's look at this. Ah, god damn it. Okay, and we're back, ladies and gentlemen. We have the Five Nights at Freddy's 1 stage, except I did not finish this side because I miscounted how many tiles I'm going to need. But that's not relevant right now. What's relevant is Freddy Fazbear. So, what I like to start with is the head, since it's more the complicated but more the fun part of the whole thing. So yeah. So building the head is actually very, how should I say this? Complicated? Not really complicated. But one thing you should know about, the one man you should know about is Brick 101. I'll see if I can, maybe I'll see if I can. I can try it, but if I can do it, then I'm going to leave the link in the description to his channel. I think he's actually retired or something. I don't know. He hasn't been posting for a while. I don't really know what happened to him. But his model is based on this sort of model for Freddy, as well as Foxy, and actually Foxy was the first one. Like his head model was Brick 101's model, and just used the Freddy model, and to use as a Bonnie model and then Chica model. Other models that I'm going to make, like other animatronics that I'm going to make. Yes, it's official. I am going to make more animatronics, not just these four. I'm going to be making more animatronics, not just these four, and I'm not going to be showing you how to make them because basically I am showing you my lifelong work. So yeah, if you somehow, if for people who somehow manage to, like kind of like steal my work, like use the sort of model and like use it for their own stuff and just not give me any credit, then yeah, have fun trying to figure out the other things that I'm going to make. So yeah, let's see what the last let's see who this has la let's see who has the last laugh. But other than that, you're safe on my channel. It's it's a guarantee by Fazbear's name and by my name. All right. Anyway, let's just make it animatronic. So. It's actually okay. Damn. All right. So, Fazbear. Good old Fazbar. Fazgoo. So, to understand animatronic, we have to get deep. What do I mean by deep? Oh, I mean deep, real deep. You'll see. Okay, so in a way, I stripped the animatronic. YouTube, don't think of it as the wrong way, but I stripped the animatronic to this core center. Now, how this core center works, I will show you. What you will need are, actually, hold on, let me see if I have like some kind of spare. Hold on. Damn it. Well, I guess this works. Okay. So the color really doesn't matter, but you need this sort of brick. It's like a 1 by 1 brick with with all these other holes inside. And this is actually going to be kind of like the nerve center to hold all the other things that we're going to add. So basically think of it as a endoskeleton for now. So we need this. Oh, hold on. Yeah. You need this sort of piece. Oh, wait. You also need this sort of 1 by 1 Technic brick. And this is going to go this way. And this is going to, wait, what does this do? Oh, I see. Okay. So this is actually just going to be kind of like chilling here. This is going to be where where it's going to hold the snout for whatever it is. Either a beak or a nose, what doesn't matter. This is going to be where it holds it. Although, for these, you're going to need two because, well, you'll see. Two. Two and one. Lastly, you're going to, actually, no, not lastly, like two more things, but you're going to need this sort of piece. I don't know what to call it. I'll just call it a Technic joint pin thing. I'm just going to call it pinball, joint ball. I don't know. This thing. You're going to need this thing, and this is actually going to be used for the neck part of the section. This is what gives the character a lot of mobility if you're using them for animations. Especially for me, since, God, they are very, very helpful. Although you may have to get a bunch of extras, since usually, not a lot of times, I have seen cases where a lot of times they get weak over time and then just wear out. So make sure you have a few spares of these in hand, just in case. Lastly, this is not an option. This is actually very useful to have. You need, well, maybe not this sort of pieces of the one. This is a 1x4. This is a 1x4 pole piece. You need a 1x3 pole piece in order for this to work. So I'm just gonna take the main endoskeleton a little bit off here. See that? See how you see the difference? See how smaller this is? See that? A 1x3. Count it. Watch. Look. 1x4, 1x3. Make sure if you have a 1x3, perfect. You're on the right track. 1x4, okay, doesn't matter. It's basically the same thing. 1x6, you're at a loss. So you're gonna need this one thing, and BDD baddy boo, you get your life back together. This is where things get a little bit, I don't know, for the handyman's work, I guess you could say. I don't know, but you'll see, you'll see, you'll see. Okay, well, I don't know if the microphone is going to be, like, strong enough to pick this up, but what you want to do is basically, you see where the whole section is, and this is just big enough to shove this thing in. You have to slide it all the way inside, as far and deep as you can go. Just all the way inside, and this is going to secure the pole, making a stronger connection. Next, what you're going to do is, oh yeah, I forgot about that too. You're also going to need these 1x1 hinge pieces, like claw-ish sort of pieces. You're also going to need these as well. You'll see. What you want to do is you want to slide this in like this way, one of them in this way, like this. Slide them in like this. And then you take the 1x1 Technic piece, slide it in, kind of do this little doohickey. Basically, just follow along with a Brick 101 video and you should be fine. And then, actually, this is... Sorry, my arm's getting a little bit tired. Use this thing. And don't put it in like this anymore. It's not going to fit. It's just going to slide off and just collapse. So to put it in like this, just shove it in there. You have to make sure it's like this. So make sure it's like this, so it can be like a little bit uneven, but it looks, when you run your fingers through it, it's actually pretty smooth. Try it. It's actually pretty cool. And after you have all this sort of stuff is when you can actually now connect this sort of stuff. So yeah, so this is actually where you can now like sort of like move on with the other things to make Freddy. So, well, for the endoskeleton, first of all, you need to use one of these, and you have to have them in this sort of position. Think of it as the mouth, and this another part of a mouth. Okay, now Freddy is actually a very, very And I mean, I'm not kidding. This might be like the most fragilest character ever created because bro runs on like the most expensive and most just like chocolate like material ever. It's annoying just to deal with Freddy. Trust me, it's very annoying. But anyway, if you missed it, these are the these are the pieces that you're going to need, and a 1x3 pole if you have them. If not, 1x4 will be fine. Put them all together, you have this thing. You have this contraption. Now we move on to the jaws that caused the bite of 87. We need these sort of pieces. Well, first of all, if you have them in brown, perfect. If not, then it's all right. You still have a Freddy, just a colorful Freddy. But you need to use this 1x1 bracket piece. No, 1x2. This 1x2 bracket piece, and these 1x1 studs in white. White for their teeth. Just kind of just put them on there. Is actually going to be them. You have to make sure it's kind of look. See, you have to make sure it's kind of perfectly center, so it can be pretty good. I mean, it doesn't exactly matter like this, but it still looks a little off. So I just like to be very pristine and perfect when it just comes to the mouth. Next, we'll move on to the snout, where it gets a little bit more complicated than it looks. These we'll worry about later. But for now, I just want to focus on the main snout. This, you're going to need the same thing, except one in like a light skin tone color. And you're also going to need a 1x1 for the nose, obviously, because, I mean, it's Freddy. He's basically known for his nose. And this 1x2 with a 1x1. Doesn't matter if it has like a little hole or it doesn't have a hole. It doesn't matter as long as it's like this. If you don't have any of it in this colors, it's still okay. It's still Freddy. And then you just kind of, again, pristine. But you have to keep this down, and you'll see why. I will explain. I'm just trying to. That's good. All right. Okay, now for the eyes. Now this is a little complicated since you need to use these they don't have to have the holes, but just basically any sort of like black 1x1, and then just these sort of eyes. If you want to be expression like I am, I suggest you use these sort of eyes where you could get like some kind of like monkey set or something, or just other things as well. But this is just what I used. And behind all this, you're gonna need to make two. Behind all this, you're going to need a classic 1x2 stud, a 1x2 plate, and you're just gonna, you see how it has little holes connection. Boom, that's how we have it. And actually, oh damn, I don't know if you can hear my neck crack, but that was actually amazing. Okay, so you're gonna want to put these eyes in first. You have to make sure the eyes are in first. And actually, you're gonna have to sort of focus on a minifigure here, because look, you see how the eyes are shaped. You know why I put them up? Because look close at their eyes. See how they're sort of like in an up position, just like the animatronics eyes. I try to stay a little bit close to like a human resemblance as possible. You know, to hit the dead kid scenario, and just put them on like that. And actually, this is perfectly center to eventually slide this in and then just lock the eyes in place. And there you have it, the good old face of Freddy Fazbear himself. Though it's not done yet because we need to do the sides, back, other side, and the front. The top. Top. And it's the top. I mean, where's the top hat? These are the jokes, folks. These are the jokes. Anyway, let's move on with the sides. Now, this is where it gets a little bit tricky with the pieces to find because, oh boy, it always does. Yeah, Foxy was the first one. He took a while to get. Yeah, Foxy was the tough one. But this is where it gets a little bit more tricky and actually a lot more complicated to find the pieces. I mean, they are common in other colors, but this is actually where it gets a lot more complicated. So what you want to do is you're going to get another one of these 1x2. Ooh, look at that shine. Ooh, I had to blind you, but I'm not going to do that. Like this one, you're going to get two of these 1x brown pieces, and then a 1x1 piece that's actually square-ish. So it can be like this. It can be like a little bit of like a, or like smoother. Yeah, I guess like I can work smoother. Now this is where it gets, well, people are gonna think, hey, it's an illegal technique. Well, not really. But this is a 1x3 piece. You're gonna need a 1x3 piece, and just just kind of put that on there, like this. Make sure it's like this, not I don't know, like this. It's just gonna look weird. No. No pyramid. Make it like this. Hold on. Usually it just gets really annoying when this happens. Like when you put the pieces the wrong way and it's all introverted and just like weird and gross. But then you can get one of these in black. So these, when you put them on like this, nope, hold on, not like that, like this. You have to put them on like this, so that way you're gonna need to get these 1x1 tiles. Just kind of like snap it in place, and it's gonna hold there. And if you're feeling a little adventurous, you can kind of like put it like at an angle, and that's gonna look like his ear. I mean, now you could put it like inward, but it looks good, but not to me. And then you just put that in there, and you make two except the opposite side, and there you have it. Freddy Fazbear's sides. What the hell? Hold on. Okay, crisis averted. Okay, now we have this, and actually you're thinking, like, what about this side? What about that? Well, that's actually where these come in place now, because we had to get it one of these 1x1 place, and just kind of like slide them in a little bit to give them a little bit more of a flourished detail. I mean, you could also like keep them like this, but it looks good, but nah. I mean, I like more of a covering-ish Freddy, you know? So I just put this sort of detail on them to make it look a lot more flourished and more like a Freddy, you know? Just a lot more detail. God, I love detail. But also that's a she. But also if this sort of piece, like if this sort of piece is the snout, yeah, if this sort of piece is actually weaker, it's actually going to be a great support system, and it actually gets a lot tougher to move this thing down. So yeah, so it makes life a lot harder for these eyes to fall out, but also makes life a little bit harder when you're trying to move the eyes out. Luckily, I like Chica because she doesn't use this. She just uses like a brick or something. But Chica's later. For now, we're focusing on Freddy, and we gotta do the top. So these are the pieces you're going to be using. You have to use a 2x2 brown dish plate. This thing. Hold on. Okay, can I find an example? Oh wait, actually never mind. Yes, I can. This 1x2 thing, perfectly aligns with this thing. I'm not going to separate shot because it's going to be stuck forever, but this is where you're going to need. And you basically, you know how I said you're going to put it on this? Well, forget the rules. Put them on like this. It feels weird, but guess what? I do not, you know. Okay, never mind. And you're also going to need another one of these. Basically, I was that you could you can also use like a cylinder brick, but kind of like can use something like this in black, but it's gonna look good, but it's gonna make the top hat look a little too big, look like a little too tall. So kind of just put that at the side, and just sort of put it at the side and just make it something like this with a 1x1 smooth tile, and just connect it there, and you have your little top hat, which is actually a lot more movable. So you can have Freddy without a top hat, and it looks cursed. Or I can just have normal Freddy with his little top hat. Just make sure it's center though. It looks weird when it's not center. But there we have Freddy Fazbear, except no back. So this is actually a little bit more easier, but it does require a lot more 1x3 bricks, 1x3 tiles. So the bottom you're going to want, actually no, yeah, the top. The top you're going to use one of these, like how I use here. You're going to have to use one of these, just stick it on there, and just, it's just going to be like, it's a little bit of the back. The middle back, well, actually like the middle back you're gonna use these 1x3s that you use here, except put it here, and it gives it like a little bit of a nice blend, but it looks pretty good, but not too much of a blend. So what you're gonna do is you gotta get this 1x1 like this. It doesn't matter if it's a hole or not, it's still basically the same thing. Put it on like that, and then you have that, and then this is where you get. I usually these 1x2 tiles. I usually just as chocolate, and these 1x2 plates. No, yeah, plates. Kind of stack them on top of each other like this, simple enough, and just put them on there to kind of smooth it over. Okay, it won't enter. Never mind, it will. Okay. And there is Freddy Fazbear. There you have it. You can now terrify children, or you can just put your baby brother inside of it, or you can just put a child's face inside of it and just bon appetit, you know? Bon appetit. Although it's very inaccurate because it's not Fredbear, but it doesn't matter. So, that's the head. Okay. Next, we'll move on to the torso. And boys, buckle up. It's going to get crazier. So, oh, crap, hold on. Alright, that works. The torso, oh boy, dude, oh boy. How do I explain this? This is why I don't want to build the animatronics again, because this took a while to build. This took a long while to build. Okay, so first of all, remove the arms. First step. Congratulations. Second of all, you have to get this sort of shape. How are you going to get this sort of shape? I'm going to show you how to build. So first of all, you're going to start with the back. Now the back, hold on. You're going to want to use this, especially this, when it comes to these brown bricks. Well, actually, yeah, first of all, remove the bow tie. Second of all, kind of like, you get into the chamber here. Gonna want to kind of like rip him open for a bit. And also, be very careful when you're building Freddy. Like I said, these are brown pieces. They get very, very fragile. So please have some care with them. Have some decency, boys, please. Because look at this. Look at this. You see the little scratch there? That's brown. So yeah, not exactly very resistible. Resistible? I don't even know if that's the right word. Oh boy. Okay. Oh, I guess that works. Okay, maybe it does not work. Okay. Crap. Oh my god, don't tell me. Okay, thank God. Okay. I'm never doing this again, but look at this. I'm not going to take any more because I'm afraid all this is going to destroy. I'm afraid I'm going to destroy this all and crack, and then just going to have to rebuild Freddy again. just take a good look. Take a good close look at this. So, okay. Oh, thank God. Okay. So you're going to need these 4x6 plates that are like this. You're also going to need a 4x4 plate and kind of like put it in the center. Doesn't matter how. And to get a 2x2 plate and put it like this to give it a little bit more of a curve and an edge. To give it a little bit more mobility, more roundiness. And here, this is why I don't like it, because eventually like you don't even know like how to put it back together again. But basically the inside doesn't really matter much since you're not going to see the inside at all. So you just gotta fill it in with whatever bricks you can, and just make this. This is how it was. Yeah, that's how it was. Yeah. Okay. How is it was like this? Like exactly like that. Exactly like that. Okay. And then just something like that. Oh wait. Yes. Okay. Okay, so you're going to need basically just fill in as much as you can for the inside. You're going to need these 1x2 kind of like ball joint things, and just connect it here. And another one kind of that works exactly for this one, but it's not going to be for this one because, well, I mean, it's not really going to be any sort of use. It's just going to have it's going to have a really short arm. So you're gonna just want to put that here. Basically the same thing over to here, except for this. Oh god, hold on. Okay. Basically the same thing as the other side. Just fill in as much as you can, whatever bricks you can find, and just as long as it fills in like this. You're gonna. I just found like a 1x6 to kind of fill in the sides. You have to make sure you have to be very dependent about the sides, bottom, other side, and the front. And front doesn't really matter. The back, not much at all. Inside, yeah, you have like a 2x4. Yeah, like a 2x4 free space. Except for this bottom. For this bottom, you have to use a 1x2 brick, Technic brick, like this. Can be any sort of color, except maybe gray to give it a bit more of a rusty look. You have to use this thing, this blue. I don't know what it is. This blue thing. Can I show it in there? And that's going to be what's going to move the torso around. Then after you have all this sort of stuff, that's when you can use a 1x4 or a 2x4, just as much as you can to just fill all of this in. Now this, if you have like some kind of like special thing you can use, and if you already patched them up, doesn't matter, it's fine. What I like to use in case I mess up or on something, I like to take a 1x4, kind of use it here. You just kind of put it here, and then just kind of use a covering here. Now this you have to make sure that it goes by 1, 2. So you have the starting plate, and then we have to get one plate above, and then that's where you have like the joint plates, and then one plate above, and then this is where it's going to be kind of like the covering of it all, and then just kind of just get all these sort of layers, just the starting layer, bottom layers, the layer where you have the joints, securing layer, covering layer, and then like the details layer. So this is where I like to use these like 1x2, these 1x4 tiles. Yeah, these 1x4 tiles and these 2x4 tiles as a bit of a like the white stuff that Freddy has, that sort of stuff. And you can actually already see it here. You can connect his head here with this. And that's what's going to cause Freddy to move his head, and you can just make him do all sort of crazy poses with him. You can make him even do kind of like the title screen thing, like that thing, where just looking like that, that thing. Yeah, I like that. I like that piece. The bow tie, you're going to use a... Actually, this is going to become very important in the future. For now, it doesn't matter because it's all black, but for the bow tie, it's going to become very, very important how you do it, because this, I'm going to use a 1x3, and you have to make sure it's a 1x3 by any color you want, but color is going to become very important later in the future. For now, I'm going to use black, but when we get to bonding, it's going to become very relevant in the future. You will see. But you're also going to need like on one of these things for like the little, like the little ball here. You're also going to want to use these like special little, Pac-Man things? I don't know. They look like this. This is actually what I used. This is actually what I use for Foxy's what is it? His eye patch. This is what I use for Foxy's eye patch. Oh man, excuse me. I was really tired. You have to make sure it's in this sort of position. So it can lead away. So it can make a little bit more of a fluffy-ish sort of effect, like how you kind of like pull a bow tie away, kind of like this. And then you have to get a 2x2 with a 1x1 in the center. And just slide that in there. And there you have it, Freddy Fazbear's torso. Woo. Woo. Okay, now to the arms. We get a little bit more serious here. So the arms, I've had a lot of trouble with the arms lately, and right now, I mean, they're still like a little bit of a work in progress, but they are, for now, in really good use. For now, they're in good use. They still have flaws, but they're in good use. So, this isn't really that bad anyway. What you gotta use is these are going to become very important. These 2x2 brackets, I guess, I don't know, or 1x2 brackets, I don't know, but one that looks like, one that has a bracket at the bottom, and one that has a bracket folded at the top. So just kind of like this, I guess you could say, yeah, just something like that. Hold on. You're gonna want to get these 1x4 tiles here, like this, and it's actually going to become very, very important to use, as you're going to use, you're going to need 2 of these just for one part of the arm, but you're going to use these. You have to use these 1x2, but yeah, it's going to become very, very actually, it's going to be, you have to be very specific by what kind of 1x2 you're going to use for these ball joints. Are you going to use it for this where the ball is at the side, or at the front, where the ball is in the 2x2 is in the 2, or where the ball is at the 1? You have to make sure that for the arms you have to use that the ball is at the 1 and 1. For torso, 2. Arms, 1. Make sure it's 1. It's at the side of 1. But you have to sandwich them with these 1x4s that we have, and then is where you take these. And this is going to become kind of important, as it adds a little bit more detail with kind of like a little bit of the arc here, and also like a little bit of an arc here, but also like supports a little bit of covering. It has a little bit of covering, but it does show a little bit of that. It does show a little bit that it looks like he's a robot. And basically for this, just build the same thing, really. Just copy and paste. Just build the same thing. Have it on like this. Now this is actually where it gets a little interesting, as if you actually put it on Freddy early, it looks pretty good, but one thing, it doesn't work. So, and it just kind of like forces you to just break his arm. So actually, easy fix. That's all you. That's just. I don't know, man. That's all you do. I don't know, but yeah, this is basically all that you do. You have to make sure that the ball point looks like this. You have to make sure that there's the ball here. I mean, I guess it also works, but just make sure the ball is here. Balls, okay? I'm looking for balls. And And for the hand, ooh, okay, the hands, I like the hands because I mean, they're big, they're chunky. It's just like Freddy, and that's why I love these sort of hands, especially if they're like if they're kind of like joints, because I can put them in like in any sort of position, and I can make them like reach for something, or just kind of like look just kind of look like they're just like wobbling and just like something. I love those things. I love those kind of things that you can do with those kind of what you can do with those kind of hands. So what you gotta do with these hands is that you actually need to have another one of these they used for Freddy's. They used for Freddy's hands, Freddy's neck. And the main point is going to be this piece. This is going to be the main piece. The main point of the piece. You have to use another one of these, like 1x2, 2x1 like special brick things. And you're also going to need this new piece. Well, it's not exactly new. It's been around for a while, but this sort of piece, this L-shaped piece, like the Luigi one, or Waluigi, I don't know. But you're gonna have to use these. You have to make sure it's like this. Actually, it depends. It depends on the hand. If you want him to be right-handed, well, yeah, from his perspective, if you want him to be right-handed, you have to fold it like this. So that way, the thumb can actually you can put the thumb there, and then that's just going to determine the finger, just like how he's right-handed. Or if you want it to be left-handed, you have to kind of like switch it up like this. So yeah, positioning matters in this one. Positioning for the hand matters greatly. So yeah, for instance, if you want to make them left-handed, you have to make it like this, and then just put in the finishing details. And normally you would just finish like this, but eventually, I mean, I don't know, like you play with him, and oh, it snaps off. It's gone forever. What do you do? 1x2, baby. No, 2x2, baby. We just sandwich it on like that, and there's Freddy. Make sure it's a brown piece to have more covering. His microphone. This is actually a little. It's just his microphone's a bit interesting. Now, my first pitch was to just have him kind of like I was always thinking of how he's going to hold the microphone, like if there's just nothing here. He's just gonna move it. He's just gonna hold it like this, but no. So I just thought of this thing. You have to make sure it has like this little like I don't know, like it just got punched in the face, and there's like a little indent there. You have to make sure it has this, because it makes it look shorter. And just place that on this little cubic thing, like this, and just place it on there. Ooh. Just place it on there, and you have him holding the microphone. And then there's Freddy's hand. And then there's where you can finally connect it to his hand. And now you have somewhat part of Freddy Fazbear, and just ready to sing to the boys and girls, I don't know, but yeah. You can make him kind of, I don't know, just like do this. I don't know. It's gonna dethrone his microphone. Oh, okay. No. I don't know what I'm doing, dude. I don't even know what I'm doing. Okay, so you have his left hand. Well, you have his right hand. Yeah, you have, in his perspective, you have the right hand. Now it's time for the left hand. The left hand, basically the same thing. Copy and paste, except, like I said before, it's about the positioning of this like L-shaped thing. Except this time he doesn't hold anything. Also, for the fingers, I forgot to mention, for the fingers, you have to use these kind of like, fries, I guess? I don't know. You have to use these sort of fries and just kind of slide it in there. And actually, if you want to make him do like a thumbs up, it's going to look like this, and it's going to look weird. So normally I like to kind of like, because they have a little bit of space, they can just do it, and it can make it look a little bit cartoony. Yeah. because there's a little bit of space. Just there's barely enough space for him to do something, and so to do something in in that space. A little space is still space. Remember that. A little space is still a little space. Just attach that. Then you have half of Freddy here. You have half of the Fazbear. Okay, I'm actually have to get a little bit back now. He's gonna get taller. Yeah, he's gonna get a lot taller. Okay. Now the hips. Legs, we will focus on them later. So the hips, it's so simple, dude. It is like the most easiest and most simplest thing ever. I'm gonna bring it into the closer to the light here. It's almost the most simplest thing ever. Although not very simple. If you're running out of these, it's not that simple. But you have to use these. You have to get a 1x2, and another 1x2, and just sandwich it on top. Once you have the sandwiched, is when you get these 1x4. Okay, well, it's stuck. This is stuck to this. I'm not going to remove it because it might break. But you have to get a 2x4, kind of place it on top. And this is actually where it gets a lot different, as you have to use. Hold on. Can I at least? Please. There we go. Okay. You have to use this 1x4 where it's special because it has these holes in the center. Where it has these holes in the center, that's going to become very, very, very important because you're going to use this 1x2, 2x2. Yeah, the circular 1x2, and another 1x2, which is a tile where it has like a little circle in between. Just place on there. That's your little hip. Actually, yeah, this can be any sort of color for whatever animatronic you're going to make. And just you see how it has a little circle thing? Yeah, that's right. So it's basically the keyhole here, and then there you have his hips, and then you have yeah. And now you have half of Freddy right here. Yeah, and then you just have half of Freddy here, you know, just. I don't know, but yeah, with his hands he can do any sort of crazy pose, any sort of like crazy thing you can think of. Just he can do it. He's literally like the ultimate action figure. So yeah, you're welcome, boys. You're welcome. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention about that. The microphone. That microphone is actually very interesting. I was thinking of using kind of like a cartoonish kind of microphone like I used to do as a kid. Well, not as a kid, when I was younger. But what I used to do is I used to get this like little pole thing, this little lightsaber piece, kind of put on there, and they have like a little bit of like a big cartoony microphone, and then you could just kind of like spit bars or something, you know. And then I actually discovered this little treasure pirate thing. Yeah, treasure pirate thing. Telescope. This thing, yeah, just this like black telescope, and it's gonna be like the holder. And here you have to get kind of like, you have to get yet again another 1x1 tile, and another 1x1 tile, but this time, which is kind of like goldish, like a chrome color, except that the one that doesn't come off, you know, like is it pearl chrome? I think it's pearl chrome. I don't know, but that one. Just slide it on there. Also, hold on. Yeah, now I think about it, it goes lower. Yeah, my bad. Yeah, the microphone goes lower to not show like too much, but also not too show, but also to show not too little. But yeah, that's just how his microphone works. And then there you have it, Freddy Fazbear. Da, 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 da. Yeah. Okay, and then okay, all right. Dude, these are not useless. They work. Do not throw them away. Okay. So now that we have this, now we have that, we need to put them on a pair of legs. What do you say, boys? Put them on some legs. So, a few things you guys should know before we begin the legs is that Oh man, okay. Not that the legs are still in work of progress, though the ankles are. So I am very sorry to tell you all, but yeah, that's just how it is. The ankles are still basically in repair, as you would say. But anyway, let's just go with them chicken thighs. You know what I'm saying? You know the thighs. Okay. Okay, the thigh is very simple and easy. What you want to do is you gotta get basically like the same thing as I got for the arms, like a 1x2, except it's not gonna go as a 2x2. It's gonna go as a 1x2, just like a 1x2 and then 1x2 for the top and the bottom for both of the thighs. You also want to get this sort of. You also want to get this sort of piece. What's this one? For the right. Yeah, for the right. For his right. Okay, so you have to put it in this sort of position. Kind of have it at. So this goes back. Okay, so this is going to go back. This is going to go here. This is going. This piece with a 1x1 here, like this, is going to go here. Just cover it all up. And then this is where this is going to go here to kind of lock it up a bit and also act as a covering technique. And here is where it's going to make the connection stronger so it doesn't come off anymore, and like this. Do not worry about this space because it's going to become a lot harder for Freddy to move if this space is covered. Try it. Hold on. Yeah, like I don't know, like if you put this here, I mean, sure, it looks a little bit better. Well, maybe not because it's like this sort of color, but watch. Oh, put it on. Sure, it does work, but look at this, because then he can't exactly like fold his leg now, can he? It's kind of like this does this like sit like this now. He just has to like sit at an angle like this now. It's pretty bad. No. So yeah, this is better because it actually kind of it makes him sit down a lot better. Now for this one, kind of like I forgot what it's called. Bicep? No, not bicep. I don't know. Oh man. Okay, so it should get a lot more complicated. Okay. You're going to need this technique again, except this time it's not a 1x2 or a 2x4. It's the exact same thing. It's gonna be the exact same thing like this, and just have this a 2x2, a 2x4, sandwich it with these sorts of pieces, where it's not the ball point anymore. It's this sort of joint that moves like this. It does not go everywhere. It just goes boom, boom, boom. This sort of piece. It doesn't matter how you position it as long as it is sandwiched. Actually, no, it does though. So the one that has like the little teeth, that stays open. The ones that has this stays kind of covered up. So just okay. So what you do is you basically cover it up like that. And this time you put a. This is going to become very important. So this way, the leg does not go, I don't know, like flying off and just break his leg. Yeah, look, I'll show you. If he does not have this sort of covering, then it's just gonna like if I make him walk, yes, it's gonna work properly. But then what if it tips over, breaks the leg, literally. So. How do you prevent this, you may ask? Well, you take out another 1x2, kind of put it like this, and this acts like a stopper. This acts like a little bit of a stopper and a covering as well, so it's a win-win. And I like to put in like another one here, where the line where this 1x2 bracket means this 1x2. Just sandwich it in between there to add a little bit more support and make it a little bit more, kind of like more smoother. And then basically a copy and paste with this, except you may notice something is off. Wait. Crap, something is wrong. Something is off. Hold on. Okay, so I guess it was this way. Oh, okay, hold on. That's why. All right. Crap. Hold on. Technical difficulties. Please hold on. Okay, never mind. I got it. I was a little confused, but okay. So you have this, but something's off. What about it? His foot. His foot is very difficult to put. As you can see, it does. I mean, it looks good, but it's not exactly good. You know, it's not entirely good. So this 2x4, you have to make it a tile. Um, it's actually This is actually where it gets a lot more complex. So you're going to use another one of these like 1x2 bracket things like this, and you're also going to need a 2x2 with a 1x2 on one side, but other side is a tile, kind of like this. It's an interesting piece, but it works really great for minifigures if you're trying to make them sit down. This is going to be very useful for this because, well, it's just going to be like this, and it's just going to slap on perfectly and just work like a glove. Now for this piece, it can work either way. You can use another 1x2, or you can just use a 1x1 and 1x1, or it doesn't really matter. It has to be on the third. It has to be on the third one. And make sure it's on the third one, or second one. Doesn't matter. Just like this. And you're gonna have to use this 2x2 with kind of like a slope, if you will. Yeah, like a slope, if you will. Yeah, if you will, like a slope, and just kind of put it in like this. And then this is gonna go like this, and then you have your little foot. Now, how this foot is gonna work is that you have to kind of make it at this sort of point, and then, yes, and this actually makes the foot go like. This actually makes the foot go this way. But the problem with that is that the animatronic is too heavy, and usually they do what I like to call the Michael Jackson. I'll show you. Like for example, if I want to make them walk, but if I make like a tiny little mistake, they do this. And this is what I call the Michael Jackson, as they literally just go on their knees and just do this. Basically, like, I don't know, like a really cheap jump scare with no animation. Just, I don't know, like if I wanna do, I don't know, like something like this. I don't know, and then yeah. Hold on, and then just oh, okay, or that can happen, or just his knees can break and just collapse to the ground like an idiot. But okay. But yeah, how should I fix this, you may ask? Well, I did fix it, but I just ran out of them. So I'm actually I'm gonna borrow one from Bonnie. So I'll show you. But yeah, so yeah, collaboration with Bonnie. Hooray! Give it up for your Give it up for your favorite bunny. We got Bonnie the bunny. Where I'm going to be acupuncture. I'm going to be doing acupuncture on his leg. Well, his foot. Actually, not his leg. Let's just take his leg. So this is actually a more recent model, where actually, as you can notice, I don't use the little. I use what I use here, and I use the ball point. So that way it can be sort of something like this, and it gives like the foot a lot more mobility. And sure, it does do this. Problem is, it doesn't do this. Although it's important if it does this, but if I do it too far, it's either one going to, as you can see, kind of like break a little bit, or just detach completely. Although when I'm making them walk, it's a lot more interesting if it's this sort of model where the legs can do this. But in this, I mean, it's really good that they can do this because I don't know, like I can make them like sit and they can just kind of like hang their feet like this. It looks pretty good. But the problem is, if I try to make them walk, I don't know, like if I try to make them walk like from here to here, I mean, it does work, but it just detaches, and then it just doesn't really look good. And then, well, I mean, that's just how they walk. They basically stomp. I'm not kidding. That's actually just how they walk. They basically stomp around. So if I want to make them, I don't know, like just like walk from one place to another, I would make them walk like this, where I would have them in one place and then their foot in the other, kind of raise up the, just kind of like have them connect to one place, bring the foot up as high as I can to this, bring the foot up as high as I can, and then just kind of like make them stomp to the ground, and then just repeat the process, and that's how I make them walk. So yeah, making them walk is very important if I use this sort of model, but it's a lot more complicated when you use this sort of model, because yes, it does work. It makes their legs a lot stronger, but it's more complicated to make them walk. So yeah, but they are really great animatronics if you want to make them do poses. Like, I don't know, if you want to make them, I don't know, like run or something, they're pretty good at that. Or if you want to make them do like some kind of fighting pose, I don't know, like kind of like make Bonnie, I don't know, like hit somebody in the head. It can make him kind of like, first of all, defense. Second of all, kind of angle him a little bit. Make sure it's like this, and just kind of do this, and then there you have it. You can just make him like punch someone, just kick someone in the face right now. And like if you wanted to kick Freddy in the face right now, oh yeah, he would kick his ass, man. He would kick his ass. But yeah, these animatronics are great for doing a lot of poses that animatronics should not be doing, but they are great for animating as well. Anyway, that is Freddy Fazbear, and he's gonna go to sleep now. He did the splits. He didn't practice. He didn't stretch before he did the splits. So yeah. Sorry we amputated you, Bonnie, and yeah, and we rebuilt Freddy Fazbear. So yeah, and I won't be going anytime soon because I'm gonna be showing you how to make Freddy. Well, I showed you how to make Freddy. Then I'm gonna show you how to make Bonnie, then Chica, and eventually Foxy. But for now, this is as far as I'm going to get. But till then, hang on. Yeah, but until then, remember to smile at Freddy's. Ta-da!